Hello, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Shubhangi, and I am uh, part of And Academy. I lead branding and marketing operations at And Academy. Um, Thank you all for taking out the time to just like join us today and to join Vinay on while he shares his journey and insights about his journey. I'm hoping that this is going to be a very insightful session for all of you all. I'm very excited. Um, but to start with, I would like to talk a little bit about And Academy. What is And Academy? What is it that we do? Who are we? For people who know, some of our learners have joined, some other people who are already wanting to join have joined this session. So I want to talk about And Academy a little bit. So And Academy is a one-of-a-kind design, online design school, which was launched in 2022. So IIAD, which is the Indian Institute of Art and Design, is founded by Dr. Jitin Chadda, and he's also the founder and CEO of And Academy. So And Academy actually comes from the pedigree of IIAD. IIAD has been imparting design education for more than a decade now. So An Academy actually comes from that pedigree of imparting design education. We offer professional courses, which are short courses designed for working professionals in the domains of graphic design, interior design, and UI UX design. Most of these courses are part-time. We offer a full-time course in graphic design. And these courses they start from 5 months and go up till 14 months. So you can start from a very fundamental or a beginner level course, because these courses are designed for people who do not who come from no design education, so they can also take this course. Um, so you begin with a very basic certificate course, which teaches you the fundamentals of design. And if you wish to further your learning, you can go for a diploma and eventually for a PG diploma. And incrementally, you build your expertise in these domains, and also you pay the fee incrementally. So these are sort of stackable courses. Uh, we deliver these courses in a very online manner. So think of a design studio, design classroom, but online. That's what And does for you. The convenience of online with the effectiveness of offline. Um, our curriculum is designed by people who are right now working in the industry. So the curriculum itself and the delivery also is very industry relevant. So people who are working in the industry or are part of the industry are delivering these curriculums. So you get to know very updated knowledge about what is happening in the industry, how the design world is sort of changing, what are the newest trends, what is the recruiters are looking for, and all of those things. We also focus on the process of design over software learning. There might be a lot of courses in the market that sort of teach you how to learn Photoshop or how to operate on other softwares. But along with teaching you the softwares, and teaches you what is it that you will use those softwares for, thinking the process, how to be a designer, how to think like a designer. So we focus on the design processes more than just focusing on softwares. We do softwares and design thinking. Uh, all of these courses that are delivered, they have real world projects built into them. So you work on challenges that you might also find when you enter the industry. And you graduate with a market ready portfolio. And some of our courses also have a job guarantee. We are so sure in the curriculum that we deliver that we offer a job guarantee on some of our courses. So And was founded in 2022. We are already a community of 1,200 plus learners, 50 plus mentors, and 200 plus industry connects. We're rated 4.6 on Google. You can check us out. So today we are joined by Vinay, who's an old friend and the lead designer at Tata Digital. He's going to be talking about embracing AI and thriving in the world of design. I would like to introduce Vinay. Vinay is an experienced user experience and product designer with a passion for crafting intuitive and impactful digital experiences. With over 4 years in the fast paced fintech industry, he specializes in solving complex design challenges and creating user centric solutions that drive both consumer satisfaction and business success. A graduate of NIFT New Delhi, Vinay's design foundation is rooted in creativity and effective communication. His career has since been deeply embedded in fintech, where he has played a key role in enhancing digital financial products and services. Currently, as the lead designer at Tata Digital Finance, Vinay leads a dynamic team in redefining the digital finance landscape. Driven by a relentless pursuit of excellence and a strong belief in the transformative power of design, Vinay is always eager to collaborate on creating experiences that truly make a difference. With that, I hand it over to Vinay.
Thank you, Shubhangi, for the wonderful intro. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. I hope you can hear me.
It would be nice to have a quick yes in the chat or in the the Q&A button.
Oh,
Okay, you're
thank you.
great.
Thank you. As you know, we are going to talk about AI today and how to thrive in AI-driven world from a designer perspective. First of all, I want to know that understanding AI is very important. What is AI and how it started and affecting our daily life. I will be talking about more about from a designer perspective, how it's a designer's tool to maximize our potential in terms of ideas and how we should give him a place as a collaborator when we are working as a designer or as a designer group or a team. Um, and some people are very involved in this thing that they wanted to understand that if he's going to threaten our designer world or not. Um, so I want to tell you that this is not the first time which a tool came and just introduced and people are threatened by it. And so as we human think that we adapt to every situation and environment and thrive into it. This is a one more tool which we have to learn and thrive into the world. Um, I'll talk about my journey first till now as a designer, how I become a designer, how I started, and how many tools I have seen evolve in this forum. Um, so growing up, I had a like thing for comics and illustration. I wanted to be a illustrator when I joined. When I got into it because through my father. My father is a illustrator and comic illustrator in Raj Comics, and then he went to Ink Empire. So I was very fascinated by on illustration and then animation, all those things. I wanted to become an illustrator at first when I was growing up. I used to doodle, I used to sketch everything. As if I talk about the tools, I was talking about that how it evolved. It affected my dad's life also. When he started, he used to illustrate from hand, then do inking, then he used to do lettering. That was the part of the process for him. And then the final product came. But as the industry evolved, everything came into computer, and then people started using pen tablet, drawing on computer. The process has changed, and all those things. So he has to adapt also to be relevant in the industry and to work on this thing. So he learned on sketching on softwares, coloring and everything. This is his photo when he started. Then, if you see the mess up everything, he has to draw by hand, then do inking and coloring, all those things. At this point of time, I wanted to be illustrator, so I pursued illustration. But then, as I grew up, my interest changed. I wanted to be a photographer. I wanted to go into photography. So I did some photography for a while. I had a photo studio where I polished my skill, photography skill. I learned photography from Bal Bhavan, a short course. Then um did some I learned Photoshop, DTP, all those things to I polished my skills and all the and did some sketches, then did digitally started sketching. When I grew up after 10th, I started doing learning animation, 2D animation and 3D animation. First, it was a traditional animation I wanted to learn because it's more hand-on experience. I wanted to know what are the processes, how the ideation happens, how the characteristics happen. Then I learned 2D animation where I have to do everything by hand, frame by frame, and illustration, and then the final thing came up. Then I learned 3D animation where I learned modeling, rendering, all those things. I pursued it and got in touch with all the nitty-gritties of it to learn. Before this, I had no idea about design. I was just into animation and illustration, and all I wanted to have is a degree in this field, so I can get a job in future. So if I have a degree, then at that point of time, I've designed a started a design. I joined a design college, which is NIFT, in a fashion communication department. Then when I joined NIFT, I already have like hand-on experience on all softwares. I know how to give develop things. I have to give a like finished product. I used to design t-shirt. I used to design pamphlet at that point of time. I had this all this experience, but what I didn't know when I joined, that what is design, what are design principles, what are the methodology you use, what are the processes. So when I joined design, I have met various professor who taught me a different thing about different domain. I learned photography, filmmaking, and then graphic design, then visual merchandising, and then I learned about the different principles which use in design. How can you elevate emotions, and how can you elevate how can you bring out the problems of a user, and how can you solve them? And then I have created my own process of design. While finishing college, in my graduate project, I still had this thing for illustration. So I joined Campfire graphic novel in 15 as my graduation project and became an illustrator for a while. I designed as a graphic designer for them. I used to do all graphic design branding for them and comic book layout and all those things, and got an opportunity to create three uh, covers for comics. This is the first one is Robinson Crusoe, which is a vector illustration, which I wanted to introduce in comic because mostly at that point of time people used to do a raster and draw. Then I wanted to introduce how vector and uh, the shapes and all those things can be utilized in some format of illustration. So I did this. I designed three covers, and it's still on shelf. After college, I wanted to pursue my film and photography skills. So I joined Desi Martini, which is a Bollywood tabloid, as a video content creator. For them, uh, I started their branding. I saw that what are the potential they have. So we started with the memes and we started building their channel, and then we started getting celebrity interviews. On that, we started some content generation, which is creating new show, which is um, review, and then all those kind of regional reviews and language, different language review. We created a language section. We started doing contest to for movie tickets and all those things. So this is how we build the brand. And after 1 year, I wanted to do something more for as a design student. There was something that I wanted to do. I wanted to solve some problems which user have. So after this, I joined a company called Farm Guide, which usually works in a farmer domain. So Farm Guide was a company which wanted to work and create a parallel infrastructure to a government for all the problems like crop insurance. They wanted to help people for crop insurance, for contingencies like disaster or those measures. They wanted to give live update. They wanted to resolve these problems. So I started with them. They created their own platforms, and then we joined our forces with government. and started working on this project called Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. There I got this experience that I went to users, reiterative process that I went to user. I learned their I wanted to get context that how they work, how they function, what are the ground level problems. Uh, so we understood that. Then we created this website, one for the farmers and one for the internal user, where we used to feed data, which at the end helps farmers to get their crop insurance. So this I worked for them for 3 years and learned what are the various process and uh, like how to create an experience design for them. Um, at that point of time, I wanted to learn more, so I wanted to get some mentor there. I was I was working with fellow designers who was as much experience as I am. So I wanted to get more experience and more learn more about UX experience. So I joined PU where I got mentored by two of my designer was Ambar Krishnan and then second the Radhika Ramados. Um, so both of them have a different perspective design. One is very they she is a researcher. Radhika was a researcher. So I learned how to research on how to understand problem, how to ideate, how to get insight from them. Learn different research method, the different strategy and processes, how there we solve customer queries on products, and started to understand what more user want, what they can't think of it, but still are looking for it. In checkout solution, we have introduced what is called debit EMI, which was not available at that point of time. Then I got my craft skills also enhanced in design system, all how to use design system, how to create, what are the UX of design system, and all those things. This I learned in PayU. After this, when I got a hands-on in financial industry for 3 years, I joined PayU. Oh, sorry, Tata Digital. There, I was working with Tata. Now working with Tata for more than 2.5 years. Now we use AI. I use AI because it introduced as a new tool which help us like to faster experience. So we use into two part. One is collecting data. So all the secondary kind of data is available in this AI tools. So there are various AI tools for different things, like for collecting data, for converging, for the new design ideating, and for the delivery also. So which help us to understand that what are the different domains. What AI helps mostly is that now we have a different context. We multiple contexts or multiple perspective in design. So when we try to ideate with AI, we get a multiple perspective from our own perspective, which I have created. Like I have a design process, I have a craft for myself, I have a taste for myself. So when you designing for a larger audience, you get a different kind of ideas, which makes your potential more, the end product more enhanced. So this is what we use for. Um, exactly. Yeah. So these are some of the benefits of AI. This that is an enhanced creativity and idea generation. Um, give you deeper insight from data-driven user research. Then is improve efficiency and speed, greater accuracy and testing iteration. So if I go to one by one, when I so I usually use if I go to framework though there will be when I'm starting a project, I wanted to know about the project, why we are doing it, what are the kind of the users. So I go to AI, I look for the what the customer are doing right now, how the industry is, what are if we have a competition, if we have industry standards, all those data I get from AI. Most of the data, so AI has learned through the data it fed to. So there will be some bias to ideas which you have to curate in between according to your needs, and then you have to add your imagination or your creativity into it, and then orchestrate accordingly in all those part. Um, can we go to next slide? Yeah. So then there are multiple things to keep in mind while using an AI. So as I was talking about, AI has data. It has trained on data which we have fed on articles, on different model, different website, all those things. So it comes with a bias, and most of the time it is restricted in its creativity. So you will get repeated answers, or you will get not great ideas. As a designer, I don't use mostly for those purpose. I just wanted to elevate my design and get ideation as in a form that if there is some other perspective to it. So in initial, when I was like drawing my ideation or collecting data, I use AI as a tool to for a secondary option. And when I'm like doing my end like delivery, then I use to automate more process. So I mostly you can use AI for reducing your workload. Um, I think someone is asking question. So sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, so reducing your task and enhancing and boosting your creativity and speed of a project. Um, exactly. Yeah. So this is a design thinking framework. Some of the points I wanted to put across. So when you are doing design thinking, you will be more of a curator. Like you can design your role however you want. You can give a seat to AI in your team, and then ask for solution, ask for different perspective from the AI. AI and design thinking is a new thing where like you can transform your design thinking by blending your creativity and the intelligence of machine, so it will get you data from previous designs and what are the possible areas. Like if I'm designing a poster and I wanted to see that this is my motive, and I want to grab that attention. It's it people are looking at it or not. I can test that design. Um, so we have two capabilities. Humans have different values and AI has a different value. So we try to mix them and then we create design accordingly. So it's a faster and data related uh, work. Yep. So yeah. So when you're evolving role of the like your role, so what kind of role you are looking for is a more of a strategic roles that where you are taking a strategy decision more of the task which is labor based most of the time. Like I'm editing a new thing and it will take time if I do it on Photoshop or Figma or anything. So when I use AI, it will give me some design options which faster my experience. I can see, sense that thing, what I am thinking in my mind, how it will look at the end. And then I can take that informative decision that what I have to proceed with. That's how I look at the AI. So um, you can define problem to AI, you can provide a different solution through design. Then the most important is your craft skills and your taste. So craft skill is your technical ability to manipulate tools. And still use pen and paper from my initial designs, and then uh, writing ideas. Then I take my help from AI, that from a context of data and all those things. And then taste or process is something which you acquire over the period of time. Like over the period of time, I created my own process, that how I want to do certain things, what kind of methodology I will use, and if I'm delivering a design, then what are the key factors I have to be considered, which AI also, because we have trained AI, they know, but still I have to have that knowledge so I can tweak and create according to my preferences and my taste. Um, Currently, we also used in AI in testing and iteration. So it gives me automated testing. It gives me synthesis over the designs. Uh, Real-time analytics also, that if it is working or not. If I tweak something, then how it will roll into in that domain. So that's the how I am looking for a designer role. I think, yeah. So yeah, this was I was talking about craft skills and taste, which are the two things which ability to perceive and define the quality of design. If you have every person has a different taste, every person has a different process to for doing it. That's why it makes them unique, which AI is not able to because it has a certain collaboratory data and it work in one direction. It give you a standard tasteless response at first, but if you work with it, if you collaborate with more, if you give him a good prompt, it will learn and start working according to your taste. Um, next slide. Yeah. So yeah. So the evolving role of designer is the designer as a curator. As I was talking, that ability to perceive and redefine in design. So in if I take an example, if I am working on a certain problem, and let's say I was working on some app or working on some structure, I want to create my room as a designer. So I'll start writing why I'm doing it, why what enhances is. Then I will ask AI like what kind of rooms are there, what are the key things one should keep in mind while designing a room, and then I'll give my requirement, and then I get idea. So I'll be working on the strategic focus that what I want to be do. In when we are doing it, lower the barriers. Like if I am working with AI in my team, so I have as a collaborator, I can do multiple things. I can just not as an experienced designer, the role were defined. After a point of time, the role were defined. I'm a UX designer, or somebody is a UI designer, somebody is a motion designer. Now I can blend roles and I can do multiple things with AI. So because I don't have a skill set of doing it as an end product, but with the help of AI, I can give like uh, I can create something with AI and give the final, give my imagination a realistic perspective and show it to people. Then this is how I'm thinking about it. I'm not, if I'm not in like, I'm not limited to my role. Now I can give my ideas, give my perspective more clearly to my team or the other stakeholder which I'm working with in the team. This it creates a new value proposition for me. Maybe I'm blending roles and I'll be like going into not a specific role to multiple roles at the point of time, but this gives me a more option to be a better designer and to give a better solution to the team and the users out there. There are key factors which we have to keep in mind when we are like working on this. Like first, that we are automating things. So when we are automating things, we have to think strategically. Like we have to but if we are giving tasks to AI, we have to keep our human judgment at par. We have to evaluate that if it's going into right direction or not, and we have to collaborate with them. Then, if it is organizing, giving me assets or giving me image, then I have to be responsible for it that it is going into good direction. Then I can collaborate with it's intelligent. I'm already designing for humans, not for or maybe for AI or for um, some projects are for not for humans also. So, or for um, I think digital agents also. So then at that point of time, I have to keep in mind that how the demographic, how the users works, and how I can expand this uh, design system or the UX will work on that manner, so I can uh, work accordingly. Third, that using AI which bridge role. It like I can define my currently I am as a UX designer I am leading mostly working as a UX. Somebody else do my work as a UI. So when I am dictating to them or when I am sharing my ideas, it doesn't come out in the one way. When I use AI and create something with AI, so I will be more able to give the broader picture of my mind to them, and then it work efficiently and working faster. I don't have to uh, do justice to my goal, I can go cross domain and work with other teams and share my ideas, my designs with them, and see that how can we evaluate and elevate the designs at that point of time. So yeah, this is how the AI is evolving currently, and this is how we work with AI. I think yeah. So designers as a curator. Move to a more strategic focus thing, emphasis on your judgment, create your process, you create your taste, and just give AI the execution task where you are also keeping an eye on the AI while working on it. It will give you option to lower your barrier, make design tools accessible for everyone, like market cross-domain people who are not um skillful. They don't know how to do Photoshop or Figma, or like how to project their ideas. They can use AI to project their ideas. So it's a good thing for non-designer also to become a designer and to or give a cross-functional team to give their ideas to us. So let's say a dev or from a different domain, he can give his ideas through illustrative manner in through AI. You don't have any specialization now. You can do multiple roles. You can learn about multiple things. This is not just one domain. So every time so I think if you see the history, every time you start something, uh, after a point of time, it becomes slow. So what people do is innovate things to how to get this thing faster. And in this industry also, we have a different roles, and then cross-functioning teams are like working with each other. We become slow. So we innovated something which is keep our in our toes and speed up the things. Now the new value proposition for designers is that they redefine their value through strategic thinking, curation, and user advocacy. I really recommend that you start working on with AI. There is a course called 30 Days of AI where you learn each AI every day. Get your hands on AI. Just use learn as is it's a tool like you learn Photoshop or other tools in your domain, Sketch or SketchUp or anything. Um, Learn it and then maybe start a project and on a various topic take one tool and ideate with that tool and work with it, create one project, then you will learn with it, and then you understand that what are the capabilities you have and you can unlock through AI. Yeah, that's my things.
Thank you so much for that, Vinay. We will be taking the questions now. So if you have any questions, you can put it in the Q&A box and then we'll answer them systematically. Um, Meanwhile, Vinay, let's get the ball rolling with the questions. I have two questions to ask, which is A, do you have any specific resources that you want to share for, say, working with AI, maybe AI tools or books that you have read, something like that? And this, okay, let's do this one first, and then we'll come to the second question.
In my domain, actually, there are various tools for a different part of the journey or the process I follow. So when I start project, so first we have to understand that what the project is. So we diverge into that the pool of question that why we are doing this. Then we collect data. So for data collecting, we use different maybe sometimes we use Chat GPT and different domain. Then in user research, now we had tools like usertesting.com, and then they have introduced AI also in their tools where it curate us and when it so text to speech is create all the text to speech, it give me all the readings, and then if there is a something which is common between them, so it gives a synthesis of that also. So it helps me to faster my design experience and collaborative. I can read through it. I can see videos and try to grasp the emotion value of user when they are talking about the particular thing in a design. But this helps me to speed up things while I was like data crunching. Then when while I'm editing, then I go through different kind of tools like usually I use Figma for my design experiences. So Figma has newly introduced many AI tools which gives me which creates um, um, designs for me, for images for me, and all those things. So I use DALI for images, for references images. We have a team which creates images, but for to give them reference, I use that. For text language, I trained my any AI model, and that this is a context. So when I start, I give him context, I give him tone, and then train after train for like 15-20 minutes. I give him more context, then I start asking question that this is what I want, give me a solution, and this then it gives me multiple solution. Then I curate one. So this is a process which uh, initially takes time, but once it's trained, then it started giving you a better result and speed of things. I think for design, if you want to learn, I have multiple books I have read on design. There's a one interesting book I have read when I was like this reading about all this AI, how AI is changing. There's a book, older book, I think, which medium is a new medium is a new message. I think let me yeah. uh, Medium is a new message. So in this, it talks about the history and how design is used as a medium and how it elevated design. So it talks about that the color theory, the for the boys and girl, pink and blue, and all this, how it came up and all this stories it has. So it's very amusing also, and you learn that how it design has affected throughout the history. So that gives you a good perspective that industrialization had come and how the design change and tools change.
Right. And the second question, we already have some bunch of questions pouring in, but okay, I will take my pick and then I will open the questions for the learners. Um, when hiring for say your team, a UI UX designer or a designer in general, you've also dabbled with video and graphic and a lot of other stuff. So whenever you're hiring for a team member or a junior person or a person who's starting or like a mid-senior level role for a graphic or UI UX or a designer, what is it that you're looking for in their skills when you're hiring as a recruiter?
So there, as I was talking before, there are two kind of skills. One is craft, one is their core process, right? So we start looking at what are the core process they have used in their projects, right? How they see design problems that we try to understand, then how they come up to the design solution. First that, and how then the secondary part is a skill on hands-on experience on that how they created the end product with the use of the tools and how effective they are in their craftsmanship. So first, we usually try to understand their thinking process, which because if it is aligning or not, if we because other thing we can sharpen their skill with the design, the color theory, and all those things according to our needs, right? That will not take time, but the design thinking process, the ability to take the work by their own, and how much they keep evolving point of time that we are look for when we are designing. As I was always saying, or already said that there is a core process or a taste of a user. Then they have in when they are working on a design. Like when I work, I have a different process which I follow. So what their process is, how they have come up on the final product that we see, and then we try to see that how they work. Yeah.
Sure, I'm going to read out the question that we are getting now. I think some of these we've already covered. Do you have any suggestions for which AI tools to use for UI UX design? So you've named a couple. DALI is one. Then what was the name for the?
There are multiple tools which we use, but I think for specific domain you have to go to a specific things, right? For mostly data creation, I'm using the paid version of ChatGPT because it gives me a better results. For a design, there are other mockup. I think I have wrote some of them. So for mockup, we don't use for mockup. We actually design for. the DALI we have used for the images only, that what kind of images. For testing, we use some our user testing.com, all those things for user research also, for testing also. So that gives us as well.
Sure. Somebody is asking, I think all questions are about AI tools only. What would be the AI tool you would be using right now to design any mockups? You're saying that you're not using any for mockups, right?
Uh, There are multiple tools which I think mostly I don't use because I want to. I have a set of branding from my team, and when I'm working on my design or something I want to do, then mostly I am use this DALI model and Mid Journey on all those stuff to create some of the mockups. But as it doesn't give me a result at maximum time, I'll sketch it out and then give it to it. So it gives me some experience that how it will look and feel, but not mostly on this part. So mostly I use for the data uh, making decision and testing for AI.
Right.
But there are multiple software you can use for your starting thing. There are tools to design your design system also, which can create a design system which you don't. But I would recommend people learning about grids, layout, color theories, accessibilities, and all those things before going to it, because then you will be able to tweak it later with AI.
Right. Any specific tool for wireframe? Oh my God, we're just answering questions about what AI tools to use.
What I'll do is let me do one thing.
Maybe you should just share a list
Yeah, I'll
with
share a
all of
list
our,
after this call.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and like different, I'll talk to my team also what they are using for different things. Then I'll suggest
But I think at the core, it remains the same what you have said, that once you've figured out what is it that you want from the AI, then you can use these AI tools. But if you're figuring out your process and your fundamentals are not clear, then even if AI is getting you shabby results or great results, you wouldn't know because your fundamentals are not clear, right? So yeah, I think this is what I also spoke about um, in the beginning, which is figuring like software over process is not something that you should do.
yeah, when I joined, as I was saying, when I joined design school, I had a hand-on experience on software. I knew that how to do this, but I didn't know about that what color to use, why we use this color for this one, why how much typography, how much size of typography is. When I came to UX, I had to understand typography in a digital manner. That what it is grid system, how layout work, and how you position different strategies, like how the other framework work. Uh, so this is the all the basic things. I started learning design system, creating design system. What are the UX of design system? What in design system, that how you use what value should it be, what is the tappable area, which already we have fed so much data to AI, so it creates for us. But knowing that why it did what it did is also very important while working on it. It will give, like as I was saying, with them using Mid Journey, it will give me some of the illustrative examples, but which one will work, I have to again test it, I have to show it to user, because at the end of time is we are designing for humans and not, so they have so we have to add some that empathy into it.
Right. Moving on, Deepak is asking, can you briefly detail how you employ AI for ideation process with an example? Like what kind of prompts, frameworks, basically your workflow.
Yeah, I think I should not, I should have talked about this one only.
Plus, we need another session on just what is your work.
Yeah, so I wanted to cover the upper layer, I don't want to give, like as we spoke briefly before starting this all. I can go into that one and keep a one session where I can show my process, that how, where, and how to use AI, and how much to use AI also, and when you are working on a project. But that will be a detailed discussion and a working session all along.
Yeah. Yeah. So Deepak, we will if there is another session, we will definitely let you know. But I don't think for the benefit of the entire audience, I don't think we should get into the technical nitty-gritties of AI and UI UX right now because there's people from any and every domain right now. So we should just like focus on that. Can you also briefly detail out what are the use cases of AI in delivery with examples like what automations you rely on, the tools for it, and how to integrate it into your design file on Figma?
So, uh, lastly, I was working on a project which is related to gift card, right? So we were working on the different ideas. So our methodology was that we want to trying to create different cohorts, that what kind of cohorts we have. So we had data, previously data, but we wanted to know what kind of things work. So we fed it to AI. We asked that what are the practices we have currently on other platform, competitive research. So he gave us some examples. Then on those examples, we started to doing our own research, which is around research. We went to every app and see that what are the model they are using, because everyone has their different strategy, that we have to write their strategy. And then for automation, when we are designing for local component, we like if you are a designer, if you want to working on a project, so you can design a design system for them. It will give you all the basic thing, and then you can work on it and tweak it. Then you can create workflows for it. Like if you give him a prompt, then it will create for certain workflow that how it work. In a like step-to-step process, and then you add your according to your stakeholders, according to your team, all those things, you add that this is one thing which we wanted to add at this point. Like I wanted to, there's a there's a message I wanted to provide at this point of time because this is critically important. So that is one thing. Then how should I prompt? So these are the practices is very readily available on these tools. So you can get those information and then automate the process.
Yeah. Shilpa is asking, do you use remote support for new ideas other than your team? Also advice to gain experience. Do you suggest some platforms that people like you go to scout for project-based talent that are available remotely in the context of new design, mostly UI?
Actually, I'm not working on any moonlighting project since a very long time, so I don't know. So mostly, I get projects through my channels, really, like one-to-one.
But you're not
Um,
hired, you're not hiring also for project-based talent, right? Are you?
no, mostly full-time working, yes.
Mm.
So if you are like, there are domains like there are companies which like mostly they use for us uh, smaller period of time. But if that project longs, then we hire it like for the full time. Like we have a specialization for everything. Like for UI, we have a different people. For design system, we have a different people. For visual design, we have a different people. There are people who works only on core UX and people who works only on research. So we have a full cross-functioning team which works with the business. Uh,
Yeah. Uh, Cool. How would you know that the design which is created is does not exist already? This is somebody asking.
Um, See, in in my experience, there are almost similar things where you will find so you can create a design and give it the picture to like you on your Google or AI to find out the similar thing. But there is a just not one screen. There is a whole workflow. There is a whole uh, flow you have designed for certain process for task. So there will be something which we will be like taking from here and there, like you are taking from this industry or that industry. Sometimes are so when I travel, I see different things like different practices in real world, and then you try to mimic those into your design also. That like uh, small thing is that you are selling something and you are writing something else, and you that kind of thing which practice people use then you have to see that if it's ethical to use or not, and then mimic them. Uh, you can find there, you can look for that what you're designing is already in practice or not. But
But
if you you
some of it you also rely on these design, like not designs, but like user behavior that is familiar, right? Say, for example, if you put me in a situation where there is a green button and a red button, a user is likely to click on a green button, right? So
so yeah.
there some sort of practices that are tried and tested, and you still rely on them. So it wouldn't be plagiarism, but like user behavior
So
mapping.
these are the practices which are established into a user mind. So when you, if you see a UI design, there are bottom sheet, there are a top navigation bar, there's a bottom navigation bar. Now people know that how that works, how the certain thing works, and what happened. So those are the practices already, like established in the like past 10 years into a user's mind. So that behavior you have to understand that how user interacts with a the particular interface, and what he will be thinking, and according to that you use those practices, though that become uh, so that we call the design system part, where we already establish all those practices and we create those like molecules. Then we create patterns, all those things, and then we take those patterns that become a code that we will be using as a Tata new product. We'll be using this constraint. This is how user perceive the practice in practices, and this is how we will be working on our workflows. So those are the already available things, solved practices, and then we think about the other ones that in hand. Like this user is fed up with our this design or this strategy. We are not able to sell this much. That how will we sell this to user? Do a user need different intervention, different thought process, or different perspective that we put into a design? I think my one of my colleague was working on one insurance project where he was working on that how we make a insurance interactive, where people come and understand what is insurance and how insurance work. And after understanding, maybe he will like to explore our options. So that's a one way of like introducing your products to a customer.
Okay. I think we have last question from Deepak, which is, can you tell which platform or site is providing that 30-day AI course you mentioned?
I'll just write it in the chat. I'll just copy and paste it. I think I'll do one thing. I'll create a doc, all the AI tools and what kind of AI tools I use. I think this one is called 30 Days AI Challenge. If you type on Google, it will give you a website which has all the day by day challenges. That this is the first day. So I think it start with the creating an image, then it will start with creating a story, then a comic strip and all those things. So you first of all you understand how AI works, and you learn how prompting works and how to get what you want, and then you go into the specific AI tool regarding your domain, and then you will understand that how. So I think in ChatGPT also, when you start working on it, you first write tasks, then you give context, then you give constraint, and then it will give you a better result. So this is what. And when you go to this 30-day AI challenge, then you will learn that how to create image, videos, and all the things you need to market your idea or my project your ideas to different people. I think that will be helpful to get a like first hand on experience.
Mm, So this is an interesting question. When should you not use AI or like a discontinue using AI for the rest of the project?
Okay, so I use AI for a secondary information most of the time. So when I start working on my design, there's a particular design which maybe with strategy is already in place, maybe it has proven. So AI is trained on different data set, and it has a bias, so it will lead you to that when you start working on it. There is a particular point when you have ideation, let's say you are ideating and you have got a different perspective, then you start consuming those ideas. Then you start working on your process, and you're thinking that what should be better for my designer. Then you design your ideas and you create your workflows, and then you go to testing and you interact with real human. Then getting your insights, and then you test with them, and then you understand that what is working and what is not working. It will give you a data set, it will give you insight which is available right now on the internet, but you should rely on it as a secondary data. Then mostly you test firsthand, and you like go to people and show them your design. You iterate more. That what you do to get a perspective from a different context, different demographic, different thinking. There is as, that's why I said it's a your use AI as a collaborator in your project, not the solely depend on AI. You have to give him a task that if I am looking for I want to understand the how many what UPI apps are currently in the market and how much percentage of share they have, so that he will give you ideas. And then you go to Paytm or PhonePe, like who has a 40% share, then you see that what practices are they using. Their domain could be different from your domain, so you can't use their practices all together. You have to create one for yourself which suits your customer cohorts.
Right. If we have any more questions, now's the time to put that in. I've also put like a tiny survey in the chat, so please take out 2 minutes to answer those questions as well. Mm, if not, if we do not have any more questions, then we've reached the end of this session. Thank you so much, Vinay. Oh, we have another question. What do you think about lovable? What is lovable? I am not sure.
Me neither. Sorry.
Okay, this is an AI. Deepak, if you want to tell us what this is, maybe we can answer your question.
It's a AI platform.
I think AI has penetrated a lot of industries and domains, so there exists oh,
So it's a design to dev, right? Ah,
lovable AI prompt
yeah,
product delivery. Okay.
yeah. Design to dev delivery. Oh, we removed the question. Okay. So I haven't used Lovable. We have our own library at Tata Neo. So we design if there's something new which we wanted to add as component in our design library, we add it. And there is a dev library also. So we share everything over Figma. And this is a very close collaboration with dev. So if you want to develop your own, I think I haven't gone into development thing. I have used Flutter for a time being, just to understand that how it works, or HTML, CSS, that how it works. So I get a domain knowledge, which helps me in working. But I haven't been into a development cycle, so I will not comment on it. That's
Thanks. Deepak just wanted to know if the designer developer roles are blurring. Okay.
yes. As I was talking about, AI helps you learn about the domains which you already don't know. So if there is a company which doesn't, which has a limited option, and which they want a cross-functioning team, like people who know multiple things, so they can hire this kind of people who can do both. I have seen that in the past, more a lot of devs who are interested in design have learned design through people, and then got into this domain and started understanding that how design works, which helped them into development also, and it also helped them to creating work something which they like and which they want to pursue.
The
So
reverse is
yeah.
also, the reverse has also happened. So many designers have also gotten into like coding and developing.
Yeah, so that's why that what I said. Ki AI put everyone on a same part as an internet, which is started as a like sharing knowledge, like everything for everyone. AI is also that you can learn and join the cross functioning team. Before I was talking about just the design perspective. Now, if you want to learn coding, you want to know how marketing works, you can learn marketing, and then uh, enhance your the ideation part, that what you want to put out in the world with the help of AI.
Sure. I think we've answered all questions and we've reached the end of this session. Thank you so much, Vinay, for taking out the time to do this for us. Thank you, everyone who's stuck around till the end of this session. I hope you got something useful that you were able to learn and apply maybe in your future. To answer Chinmay's question, yes, the recording will be available on YouTube, so keep an eye out for that. With that, I say bye bye and good night. Thank you again, Vinay, for doing this. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.